Hello and welcome to this episode of our program Daily Debate. Today we'll be having a closer look to an important and significant visit by President Sisi to Asia. This Asian tour that took him to Kazakhstan today and from yesterday to Japan, even today, and later on to South Korea. Of course, it's very significant and has its own significance, which we will be focusing on later on in our show. In his speech today, of course, 5 Cairo local time to Japanese Parliament, Sisi praised the Japanese economic development experience, discussed Egypt's completed roadmap towards state institution building, counted investment opportunities for Japanese businessmen in Egypt, and tackled regional challenges. He also highlighted Egypt's keenness to boost our relations with Japan, particularly in the area of education and energy. This is supposed to be the first, or he is supposed to be the first Arab president to address the Japanese parliament, the second African leader to address the Japanese parliament after Nelson Mandela, and of course the 7th worldwide. This significance of addressing the Japanese parliament and what message did it deliver, this is another question mark that will be, of course, discussed during our episode later on. In Japan, he has lots and lots of important meetings that he will be making, including, of course, his meeting with the Japanese Emperor, his meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister, as well as the Egyptian-Japanese Business Council. More will be, of course, discussing later on in our show. Before we start with our discussion, let's have a look to his visit in Japan, his address to the Japanese Parliament, and then we'll come back for discussion.
Sisi's visit to Japan is a part of a tour in Asia which includes Kazakhstan and South Korea. The visit is considered the first of its kind in more than a decade following the last Egyptian presidential visit to Tokyo in 1999. The head of state, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, delivered a historical speech on Monday before the Japanese parliament known as the Diet. During this speech, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi expressed his appreciation for giving him the opportunity to deliver a speech before the Japanese parliament in this great edifice that embodies a democracy of Japan. El-Sisi also expressed his aspiration to strengthen the parliamentary cooperation between the two countries. On the other side, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi announced that the terrorist groups exploit the Palestinian issue as a pretext to justify the terrorist operations against the countries of the world. El-Sisi assured that Egypt continues its effort to maintain efforts in Syria, Yemen and Libya. Concerning education, El-Sisi said that Egypt is facing a big challenge of reforming the education system, pointing out that Egypt is looking forward to cooperating with Japan in this field. Earlier on Monday, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi met with Tokyo's governor and expressed aspiration to enhance the mutual cooperation between Cairo and Tokyo to take the advantage of the unique experience of Tokyo to overcome the traffic problems and apply advanced techniques in the transportation, urban planning and management of local affairs and mechanisms of crisis management. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi also held a press conference with Prime Minister Shinzo Abe after official talks which tackles means of boosting bilateral relations. El-Sisi and Abe also witnessed the signing of a number of agreements on trade and official government assistance, as well as establishing a joint mega projects in the near future. The two leaders also agreed on exerting more efforts to combat the terrorism around the world. The president also met with heads of Mitsubishi Company for Industry and Mitsubishi Hitachi for Energy Systems, where they discussed ways of expanding their projects in Egypt. El-Sisi is scheduled to hold a meeting with Japanese businessmen and will attend an economic forum organized by the Egyptian-Japanese Business Council.